It's time for the Joe Show. 75 seconds of reflection for the Westerville school staff from your superintendent. And now, here's Joe. Hey, it's Wednesday. Good morning. Welcome to the Joe Show. Glad you're here with me. Last week, 48 of you were brave enough to tell me about your most embarrassing moment. And Samantha Greenewald at Minerva Park Middle School, seventh grade science, she was the big winner of $10 of cash money. And all she had to do for that was tell me the story about how when she was in college, sitting in a lecture hall with 300 other people, she got sick on some bad ramen or something, and threw up in front of the entire lecture hall several times, dragged it out into the hallway, all over the place, and it was horribly embarrassing for her. But years later, she's $10 richer because she had that experience and was willing to tell me about it. I want to tell you guys about experiences I had. Actually, through most of through all of my college years and even into my teaching years, I was a camp uh, counselor, camp director, a camp bus driver. Camp Christopher Day Camp in beautiful Bath, Ohio. I've got lots and lots of camp stories that I'll probably share over the years, but the one I want to talk to you about today really isn't a story. It's just kind of the philosophy that we had working at camp. Again, starting when I was a just out of high school. Through the time I became a principal, I worked at Camp Christopher. Started as a counselor and a bus driver. Ended up becoming the director of the day camp. Uh, and it's when you're talking about camps, you're talking about college kids that are working there. And it was a great job. Honestly, if I could feed my family and do that job, I would have done that for the rest of my life. It was so much fun working summer camp. Um, and we had a philosophy at camp, and it was this: camp is for the campers. Camp is for the campers. And it's really simple. What we meant by that was often, again, we're college kids. So there would be times when we would find ourselves maybe not doing everything that we're supposed to be doing to make the experience enjoyable for our campers. For example, we would have a changing time where the kids would change for swimming every day, and the counselors were supposed to go down into the field and play with the kids as they finish changing. So play some Indian ball or capture the flag or whatever we're going to do. But often we would find counselors sitting around a picnic table talking about how their weekend was or what their plans are for tonight. And when we saw that, anybody had the right to say this. Hey, camp is for the campers. And what campus for the campers meant to those counselors who were sitting around the table is, oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be up playing with kids, not here enjoying time with my colleagues. So it happened all the time. If it was bury your counselor in the sand day and you did not feel like getting buried because it's gross and it's dirty and you have a date tonight, hey, campus for the campers, get buried in the sand. Or if you didn't want to swim with the kids when it was swimming time, campus for the campers. If it was tater tot day, right? So we served hot lunch every day, and we'd bring the food down from the dining hall, and we would set it up for our kids. Well, on tater tot day, as we're setting up lunches, you could always find a counselor dipping their hands in the tater tots and be, hey, campus for the campers, save the tots for the kids. You can get yours afterwards. Campus for the campers, campus for the campers. And we talked about that all the time. And what I've come to find is, yes, camp is for the campers, and school is for the students. And I love that I saw this example right here in Westerville last week. We had our superintendent student advisory council. So we had like 66 kids from the three high schools together here in our board training room, talking about how we can do better here in Westerville. And we provided lunch for them, and we ordered Chick-fil-A. And for the kids that were invited, we sent a permission slip to their families. We let them know that we are serving Chick-fil-A, which is a chicken sandwich, it's a bag of chips, it's a cookie, it's lemonade. If anybody had any diet restrictions, please let us know. So we get there, the kids get there, we line them up, we have all the food out, and the kids start going through. And this one young lady came up and said, "Hey, do you have a vegetarian meal?" And I said, "We don't. I'm sorry. We, um, you know." we took orders and we didn't realize. And as I'm fumbling through that, Ann Baldwin, our executive director of secondary schools, without missing a beat, said to this young lady, "Hey, what do you want? I can go to I can go to Chipotle for you. What would you like?" And the girl's like, "Really?" And Ann's like, "Absolutely." And Ann took her order, went out and got it, came back with Chipotle, a vegetarian meal for this kid who did not respond to the ask about, do you have dietary restrictions? And that is exactly the kind of thing that when I say campus for the campers is exactly what I mean by that. And without missing a beat, knew that this child um, needed to eat, and whatever the reason we didn't have food for, we were going to solve that problem. And when I say we, Anne was going to solve that problem. I'm so impressed that she did that. And this is what I know. I know that many, 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 many of you know that campus for the campers, that school is for the students, and you do those kinds of things every day without even thinking about it. And what I want you to know is that's incredibly awesome that you do it, and it's not always that common. There are so many folks in this world who camp is not for the campers, right? It's the kids, it's the people that you see when they go to baseball games and they're pushing little kids out of the way for foul balls or autographs or whatever it might be. Camp is for the campers. School is for the students. And Ann gave me just a beautiful reminder of what Campus for the Campers looks like in a school setting last week. So I can't thank her enough. And I can't thank you enough because I know that you guys are doing the exact same thing all the time. So keep it up. Campus for the campers and school is for the students. I hope you remember that. And I will see you all next week. Take care.